Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus signs from the 1st to the 15th of November 2020. If this is your sign, this reading could be for you, or if you're a cross watcher. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you feel like some information doesn't really hit home, then just don't take that. And check other aspects of your chart. It could well be that other readings may resonate for you more. So let's take a look at the theme for our Virgos. Let's have a look for the lovely Virgos here. 1st to the 15th. What is happening for Virgo? 1st to the 15th, please, of November. What is the theme, Spirit? This is the Major Arcana only. Tarot of the Heart, Major Arcana cards only. Let's have a look at the theme for Virgo. I keep feeling lost. I don't know why that's... Oh, okay. We've got hope here. We've got hope. We've got hope. And then on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Fool. So maybe hope after feeling like something's lost or a cycle has ended and a new start, or hopeful new beginnings. Let's jump in and see what else is going on. Let's use the archetypes. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the theme for the first? My stomach's going weird. Emotional worry, I think. What is the theme from the 1st to the 15th? What is the theme? Cutting things out that don't suit. This is the Sword. Ace of Swords, maybe truth, clarity, cutting out things that don't, you know, aren't sort of suitable. And we've got the Flame. So again, we've got another fire element here that's coming through. Let's see. Let's use the Moon Oracle. Get an idea of what's going on with the Moon Oracle for our lovely Virgos. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign from the 1st to the 15th. What is the theme for our lovely Virgos, please? The 1st to the 15th. Wow. Interesting. We've just mentioned this on the live earlier. We've just mentioned this exact thing in the live earlier, right? We've got picture. We've got the picture. This is that vessel. And again, if you haven't watched the live that I recorded earlier, it's called Transmutation. Then have a look at it. But I was talking there about a jug, a vessel, which is us. And this Scorpio season is like dripping this emotional energy, this kind of tap that's dripping, you know, to hold in this vessel. And then when it gets to the end of Scorpio season, the tap goes off and there's this vessel or this jug or pitcher of water, which then we release because it's like it's been acknowledged, so to speak. Usually Scorpio season is the processing of that. But I feel like we're a little bit behind with processing things. So there's a bigger need to process, and therefore there's a bigger emotional pull, so to speak. But it's interesting that the picture card has come up again. And look, it's talking about Cancerian energy. So she's almost encompassing that energy here within that, the two either sides of pictures. I feel like she's cleansing her masculine and her feminine side. She's got spirit to help her with it as well. And then we've also got the bottom of the deck was the first quarter, waxing, water, moon, leaves and choice. So there's definitely some kind of choice here that is being made. But it's just after a new moon. So the leaves of you know, again, first, you know, the water replenishing this plant. You know, and it's right before it buds, the leaves are apparent. So it's like there's this stirring of this new, but you know, trying to process what has been as well. All right. But interestingly, bottom of the deck we've got Lilith, and that landed on the Sword and the Flame. So there could be this cleansing of the wounded feminine here that's taking place. This is Scorpio energy. Lilith, I don't know if you know the theory, but Lilith was the first female before Eve, according to some theory. And she didn't respond to the masculine, so they, you know, they put Eve in place, so to speak. This is the full moon in Lilith, so this is a wounded feminine energy. This is and a sword and flame. It's like there's a strong, painful presence that's coming up here with the flame, the sword, and Lilith. There's a bit of a we'll have to have a look into that, because it feels like there's something brewing here within that wounded energy that we'll have to sort of see whether that develops or evolves in the reading a little bit more. Let's pull another archetype card to see what else, Spirit, what else is the theme here for our lovely Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What else is happening with the theme here from the 1st to the 15th for our lovely Virgos? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I just keep hearing holding on. They're holding on. I don't know, pain. They're holding on to something. So we've got acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. And then we've got peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. So, interesting. Maybe we're transmuting out that Lilith energy into that more accepting, that hope and that kind of new start, possibly. We've also got guilt here on the bottom of the deck. I release any belief that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So could have been something, again, could have been an emotional guilt based on a choice. Maybe something that someone's done that they feel bad about, possibly. Let's go with in fact, we'll go with the archetypes here. Let's see what else we can pick up on. Virgo, please, Spirit. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Okay, so we've got beggar and shadow attribute. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So someone is not in this energy of learning, possibly. And we've got seeker, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Someone could be wanting an exchange of truth but not willing to provide it themselves. There could be an imbalance here. Let's have a look at the Wellness Tarot. Island Time Wellness. Right, what is the theme for our Virgo, please? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. From the 1st to the 15th. What is our theme for the Virgos, please? Virgos. Yep. We've got abundance. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. And then we've got the karmic relationship. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. So someone could be holding on to something at the expense of something else. There could be a choice between, you know, staying in something and leaving something, possibly. Right, I'm going to use the new Silver Witchcraft Tarot. Get an idea of what exactly is going on here for our Virgos. So Spirit, what can you tell us here about the cards that you're showing us for the Virgos from the 1st to the 15th of November 2020? There's a lesson here that's being learned, okay? The High Priest. This is also can be high love, high commitment. The bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. So, someone knows the truth to something, but they're not, they don't want to acknowledge it. And it's because it's Lilith energy. Again, the thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So they've got this they want to understand it, but they're in. I'm surprised denial hasn't come out, if I'm totally honest with you. depends on the others to the exclusion of effort. So someone doesn't want to see something because there's something that they're being offered, but if they don't look at this, then they feel rewarded by not looking. It's definitely karmic. There's definitely a karmic lesson here that's being learned. At some point in time, the flame is going to sharpen the sword, and then that's going to defeat Lilith. There's something in this energy here that's more Lilith led, which is that wounded feminine energy. Temptation and lower vibrational energy here that is relied upon as opposed to a higher learning. They're trying to find a comfort and a peace, but they're deep down, this energy knows that something is stirring. They don't want to see it. Someone doesn't want to acknowledge something though. They don't want to see. They don't want to know. Yep. So there's something here in relation to a karmic situation that is possibly a living situation that they know will come to an end at some point, but it's almost like this is a security blanket. There's something that karmic relationship is still offering them that they, is suiting them with this Sun card as well. But the truth is, it shines through and you can't really dispute the Sun, because the Sun lights everything up. And there is definitely an awareness coming in here with this flame and the Sun, this healing energy that again, it could also be ego, that the reason why they don't want to kind of release this. There could be some underlying guilt as well, but again, they're trying to make a choice what to do. This feels karmic, and I feel like at some point that, if they don't release, that the universe will do it for them. But I think in one hand they're trying to seek and understand the truth, on the other hand they already know the truth. We've got the Emperor, so this is Aries energy, but we've also got a masculine here that is responsible for this person, almost, is how I want to say it. And it's allowing the fact that they're responsible for this person not to pick up the slack. So the more this person's being responsible here, the less this other person has to take responsibility and is dropping more into this wounded feminine energy. And that's part of the lesson. That's part of their lesson. Can you see here, he's got something he's holding on to. It looks like the red string of fate here. And he's looking with the Sun to his right. So the Emperor is attached to the Sun here almost. So again, at some point that this is going to be understood. At some point. They're just not ready. This person's not ready to let go. This person's not ready to let go. At some point in time, the sword is going to come through and cut that cord. Because, again, it's karmic. Whatever this energy is I'm reading for, it's karmic. And it's draining someone's abundance as well. Because, again, it's like they're not making any effort. They're just draining a resource here. What else, please? Okay, so we've got the 3 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. So there's a defensive energy here about, I feel, this is how I'm reading this card, is this person knows that they're not going to be with this person and they're deliberately trying to block another union, which is possibly not a karmic situation. And so they're staying here for that reason. They're staying here for that. They're not, I'm not seeing love. This is more, as I say, with the Sun, ego and control with the Lilith side, because it's wounded feminine. They want someone to invest in them still, but they're not prepared to go out after it themselves. They're defending themselves against another person that could be in this situation that they're in, and rather than them dealing with it, they're not acknowledging it, or they are to some degree, but they don't want to. They're trying to keep a hopeful outlook that, things will be okay, that things are going to be actually fine. But there's a definite underline of guilt that this person's going to feel coming up, because, as you can see, the Tower and the 6 of Swords, it doesn't quite go to plan with this rainbow in this tower. As you can see, that tower is one of the most peaceful towers I think I've ever seen. you can see the lightning, but the tree's not hit, right? The tree's not being hit. And I think they're trying to move on and pretend that everything's okay with this rainbow and this waterfall, this nourishment, but it's not happening the way that they think it should happen. They're trying to move on. So possibly at some point someone could have chosen someone, and they know that they were possibly the second choice, or possibly are not the person that this person's going to end up with. And so rather than doing anything about it or letting go, they're holding on with this Four of Pentacles. As you can see, we've got the birds that are flying around and maneuvering this pentacle with the cobwebs. So it's all interconnected, and it's like the birds are trying to keep hold of this commitment. They're trying to keep hold of the commitment. So it feels like it egoic, if I'm totally honest with you. So we've got the High Priestess now that's matching the High Priest. So there's a secret here. Can you see behind that wall? It's a very sturdy wall, but there's blue behind it, which is signifying kind of light. And she's dipping her toe in the water. And as you can see, she's got a book here. I can't read what it says. It says Silver Witchcraft. Let me just dip into what this High Priest has to say. She knows there's an inevitability to this situation, that it's not going to last. And she knows that. He knows that, whoever this is. Because we've also got the King of Swords that's crossing the Nine of Wands and the Six of Swords. So it's a matter of time before someone uses that sword, which looks like a healing element. It looks like a caduceus, which is associated with Archangel Raphael, which is healing, where when this person's it's time to let go, then they're going to let go, because they're healing. That's why it's not quite ready. They're not on solid ground either. We've also here got the book in the background that this sprite is working with. It's almost like something that was this is destined. This is exactly as it's meant to happen. This is exactly as it's meant to happen. It's meant to it's karmic. With this Justice card on the bottom of the deck, it's someone's paying karma back. As you can see, she's blowing into the sort of the shadow element tree, which is showing a transformation, but she's blindfolded. There's a spiritual energy here, or an effort that is working to... Do you know what it feels like? It's like they're trying to feed an illusion to see how people are going to act. And depending on how people act is the outcome, or how the outcome happens. Because the outcome is always going to be that this situation is going to end, from where I'm looking at. But because the High Priestess is, again, it's the secret. I'm trying to figure out what this High Priestess is telling me. She's saying the light is yours. So again, if you're feeling like your light has been taken away, or that there's been a misunderstanding or something, then the light, again, the sun, the light is you're the light. You are the light, okay? So if you're ever, so basically, let's say, for example, there's a karmic situation here that someone has deliberately not been acting themselves, or you felt like people have misunderstood your side, and actually there's someone else that's kind of also being misunderstood, but for the wrong reasons. It's like someone's being painted in a good light, and maybe you're being painted in not so good a light. The tables will turn. The tables will turn is what I'm hearing. Yep, victory. Look at that. Six of Wands. Victory. Good news. Victory. And as you can see, that tie's been cut here. And there's another tie that's placed around someone else. So the red tie, and we did talk about this a couple of months back. We talked about the red string of fate, and we talked about the gold string of fate. It feels like they've had a hand fasting. So there's a disconnect here between so yeah, for some of you, let's just jump into that because it feels the bottom of the deck is there's again there's 8 of Wands and 6 of Wands, so someone's rushing in to deliver good news here. So let's jump into that because I feel like let's try and figure out what is being shown. Spirit, what is the High Priestess and the King of Swords, please? Someone's manifesting a switch here with the Magician. Someone's manifesting a closure. What is the 6 of Wands and the 8 of Wands? Yeah. The Emperor's deciding. There's something here that's this there's a twist of fate here. There's a twist of fate with this High Priestess. What else can you tell me about this High Priestess? There's a twist of fate. There's a karmic situation that again is hidden at the moment, and the elements of what this person's really like is hidden, I feel. And that is what the twist of fate is. But there's something here. What is the High Priestess and the King of Swords, please? It's like people are working together to get this on track. People are it's like there's a spiritual element that's working together to get this on track. Someone's trying to manifest this to be getting on track. Because someone's reacting to something that is an emotional reaction, and it's causing more issue. Yeah, they're trying to help this along. Something's disconnected because of a karmic relationship, and Spirit are intervening. How is Spirit going to intervene? The Spirit are going to get involved. That's what the High Priestess is covering up here. How is Spirit getting involved? Yeah, I think they're gonna, oh my goodness, they're gonna expose, I feel, a karmic. What else can you show me about the situation? It's like a soul tribe, or let me just see what other cards I can get that's going to show me. What can you show me about this, please? This High Priestess and this King of Swords. What is the High Priestess covering? What can you show me, please? So what is Spirit going to do about this? They're just repeating the same. Yeah. I think they're going to create there's some kind of breakup here. What is going to happen? What is the High Priestess with the King of Swords? There's a closure. They're going to close something out. They're closing something out. Could be the karmic situation. Yeah. Mask. Not showing true feelings. Hide. Personify. Pretend. Delude. Gaslight. The girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used. Enable boundaries. Yeah. So what about the mask and the snake? What are you going to do? Someone's being cut out. Stop the pattern. Rebuilding. Right, let's have a look. What can you tell me here? whatever pattern you are in with this person and their karmic relationship, you need to shift out of that, is how I want to say it. Because whatever, there's a disconnect between the first part of the month and the second part of the in the middle of the 1st to the 15th, where it just, again, don't forget we had the Tower and the Six of Swords. Let's ask, what is the Tower? What is the Tower? Something to do with the home, dependence on others. So what is, there's an emotional situation with the home. What is the Tower? The Mirror. Something's being mirrored back for them to understand what exactly is going on here, so that they can understand it quicker. What is the Tower? It's like someone's trying to rush in to utilize a disconnect here, between maybe two people, and a karmic's trying to get in there to try and push something through. What is the Tower and the Six of Swords? Truth, revelation. Truth, revelations coming out. Strength. There's going to be there's a pressure on someone taking the responsibility in the relationship and the other person not, which is creating a very strong divide, and therefore someone is coming to the realization that this is not it, you know. And then there's a healing element. What is the Six of Wands and the Eight of Wands? What is that? There's a there's a realization that there's an ending. They are not with the right person. Someone comes to that realization in the middle of the month because of a responsibility that's expected of them. All this karmic is, again, Lilith energy is continuously in, that it's putting such a strain on the relationship that you can't sustain that for too long. Otherwise it gets it's overwhelming and it creates a Tower moment. Right, so what else is happening between the 1st and the 15th of... So then, again, they go towards that you, or the person, that the counterpart, which then, I think Spirit intervenes in bringing this together. And then that creates a balance between you guys, again, with the Six of Pentacles. Again, this time it's tied to a tree, which looks like it's silver, which is kind of pretty. With the rabbit, which is talking about, you know, growth and abundance. Yeah, look. Yeah. So there's a realization here with this Ace of Swords. That's so pretty, that sword. By the moon as well. There's an emotional realization. We've got the Nine of Cups in the reverse that's covering the guilt and the Tower card. So let's have a look. What is the Nine of Cups covering the guilt and the Tower card in relation to? It's that they invested in the wrong person. They could have made the wrong choice, and they're realizing that. There's a healing process that's being realized here. There's a healing process that's coming through, and the decision of exactly what the reality is made. Decision's been made, final decision, and the investment is given with the final choice. Right, let's have a look at outcomes here. Okay, so let's have a look. Virgo's outcome. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the outcome for Virgo, 15th of November? What is the outcome for Virgo, 15th of November 2020. Between the 1st and 15th of November, what is the outcome for our Virgo? Wow. Someone still doesn't want to see the truth. Yeah, look at the faces being covered. They don't want to. This is an ego thing. That they're not. Well, mind you, this is the Green Man, but they're being covered. Like the Two of Swords is covering the Sun, and then we've got the Strength, which is ego. That this is an ego death. This is an ego death, and then we've got the Seven of Cups with the Seven of Wands, which is choices. And defending the choices with a reunion. What is the outcome, Spirit? What is the outcome for the 15th? Again, there's a new start here, but it's because of guilt that there's a new start with the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. So someone's definitely being, I can't guarantee all of you, but there's definitely a new start here within a commitment. There's either a realisation that the commitment will develop in the future, or there's one being offered. Let's see, what is the outcome for our Virgos, 15th November? What is the outcome, Virgo? Cupid's arrow, love is coming, surprise invitational meeting, hesitation, have faith. So there's definitely discussions going on here about this connection. So there's an end that brings a new beginning. That end is going to be different for everyone here, but let's jump into the angel answers, because this is a very this is not a straight answer. What is the outcome for the people watching, please, for the 15th? What is the outcome, please? 15th of November. So there's romance and no need to worry is the outcome. There's romance and there's no need to worry. Okay, now I don't know if it's going to be on the 15th that's going to happen, that you're going to immediately have it, but there could be something that you're going to be in charge of here to realise or to work through, because it's up to you. Let's pull an outcome from this deck as well. What is the outcome for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? From the 1st to the 15th, what is the outcome? So it's someone that's on a quest for understanding what they want and what is the real truth, what is the real... So I don't know. For some of you, I feel like there isn't going to be a resolution at this point in the month, but it could be coming later in the month. But at this point in time, they're still trying to process what exactly someone wants here. We've got the Maiden and the Crone. We've got the Maiden and the Crone here. So there's a very polarised energy. Someone trying to learn. But there could be a fresh start around something. Or there could be renewed hope around a situation because of what's shifted. But let's have a look. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of reunion happen at some point with the kiss and the bridge on the bottom of the deck. But the vast, because I know people get frustrated when I don't give a straight answer, but there's so many people watching these, you know, I can't, if I'm reading the general energy, not everyone is going to have the same outcome. So let's do it this way. We'll do a pick a card at the end of this one, because I know people are going to get frustrated otherwise. Not sure what else to recommend other than booking a personalised reading. Because this is a general collective energy. So let's see. Let's do two piles, pile 1 and pile 2. What is the outcome for pile 1 for Virgo up to the 15th of November? Pile 1, please. Outcome for pile 1 is the romance pile. So this could well be for you. And then it says listen to your intuition for pile 1 and romance. So could be leading you somewhere. Pile 2, what is the outcome? What is the outcome for pile 2? What is the outcome for pile 2? Meditation brings answers and remain positive. So it looks like pile 2 might take a little bit longer than pile 1. So it could be that this is, yeah, that I feel like there's a little bit longer to go possibly for pile 2, and pile 1 I feel like you could be seeing results at the end of this month. So pile 1 is probably more likely to have a positive outcome with this if you resonate with this reading, and pile 2 may need to wait a little bit longer. Okay guys, hopefully that's been of some help. Thank you for your likes, your shares and your subscriptions. It means a lot to me. I appreciate all your support to the channel. Have a wonderful first part of the month. Until next time, take care. Bye.